right. Yeah, I was emotional coming into the Russell building today because 30 plus years ago, this was a building that I entered every day as a young aide to United States Senator John Kerry. And I never could have anticipated or predicted that one day I would be a member of Congress in this esteemed Massachusetts delegation. But even if I had thought that, I never thought that I would have to come and stand shoulder to shoulder with people in defiance to a dictator. And that is truly the moment that we find ourselves in. So it is an honor to serve alongside these incredible fighters each and every day. Thank you to Senator Markey, Senator Warren, our delegation partners for their solidarity, and to our community leaders and constituents who made the trip to Washington to be with us today. What you are hearing in this moment is the real State of the Union. Not lies, not propaganda, not a dangerous, dystopian, draconian vision for this country, not more forecasts for executive actions rolled out that are everything to do with actions to the people and not for them. This is the real State of the Union right here. I am so proud of the vibrant, diverse communities that call Massachusetts home. I'm deeply honored to work for the people of the Massachusetts 7th here in Congress. I carry your stories with me daily, and I know right now many folks back home are feeling scared and they feel small. And that is the whole point. In flooding the zone, shock and awe, and to make you feel that these proposals, that this vision for our country is an inevitability, and that you are powerless to do anything about it. This White House, this hostile White House, is raining down cruel, and let me underscore, unlawful executive actions, and they are looking for every tool available to exact harm on the most vulnerable. Everyone will feel this hurt, but the most vulnerable will feel it most of all. But in stark contrast, back home in Massachusetts, I'm so grateful that we have people standing up for their neighbors, standing in the gap, meeting the moment. Dr. King challenged us to make a choice, chaos or community. And we find ourselves in a moment of chaos, callousness, cruelty, and corruption. And what is the antidote to that? It is community. We are assembled here today because we've chosen community, a beloved community that is welcoming and compassionate, because we believe in our bones from all walks of life, people deserve decency and dignity. Like the mother of 3 from my district who is in the midst of an NIH trial hoping it slows her cancer and bides her time with her precious babies. Like the veteran from Randolph who turns to the VA for essential mental health care that provides him the stability he needs to work and live independently. Like the young family from my district who cried the day their youngest got a slot in a Head Start classroom, knowing he was safe and in the loving care of dedicated teachers. Government is not sheets of paper, static documents that live on shelves. It is the funding and the policies and the dedicated workforce of government that quite literally determine who lives, who dies, who survives, and who thrives. Government is about making this nation livable for everyone who resides here. It is the mundane and it is the extraordinary, from picking up the trash to finding cures for cancer. And at its best, government makes life easier and more predictable for all of us. It enables us not just to survive, but to thrive. In sharp contrast, this White House and their co-conspirators in Congress are trying to break every piece of the federal government and sell it for parts. Elon Musk and his vice president, Donald Trump, said that they will cut costs for families and make government more efficient, but that is a bold-faced lie. They are trying to cut millions of dollars from life-saving programs our communities depend on. This has never been about efficiency. You tell me what is efficient about making people sicker? What is efficient about making people hungrier? What is efficient about making people more vulnerable? Tell me how it is efficient to buy more toy rockets for Donald Trump's billionaire friends while parents cannot afford groceries. The cruelty is the actual point. I'm reminded of Bishop Budd's appeal to Donald Trump at her faith house. Have mercy. We have made appeals for mercy, for common sense, for centering the American people, but we continue to be met with chaos and cruelty. This evening, when Trump delivers his joint address to Congress, I'll be joined by Claire Bergstresser, a remarkable advocate and a constituent from Everett, shout out to Everett, who represents the story of the federal workforce, dedicated public servants working day in and day out to strengthen our communities and to serve our country. I first met Claire after I'd organized a rapid response roundtable to hear from impacted federal workers after the unlawful actions taken by DOJ in terminating probationary federal workers. I reached out to my friends at AFG, and they helped us to organize this roundtable, and that's where I first met Claire. And she left an incredible impression on me because this was 26 hours after her termination from a job that she was damn good at, that served the people in our communities. And her first concern, her primary concern, was not her life, which had been disrupted, but of the disservice that would be caused to the people and communities that she served in her position at HUD. That was her first concern, was about the unfinished work. As a federal worker and a person with a disability who has dedicated her life to giving back to our communities, her intersectional story is a powerful reminder of why we must continue pushing back against Donald Trump and Elon Musk's assault on our democracy. Our communities made stronger by dedicated civil servants like Claire, and I am proud to stand in solidarity with them. And with that, I'm happy to yield the floor to Claire to share her story.
Thank you. Oh, I got it, thank you. Even I am standing up today. Until Valentine's Day, I worked for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in Boston. I woke up that morning and I had no idea that it would be my last day in federal service. Today, my former colleagues have no idea if it would be theirs. I'm here today because I believe in my agency's mission to protect the rights of Americans under fair housing laws. To the American people, I took an oath to serve this country. If we lose more public servants, more people will become homeless. Our elderly and people with disabilities will lose life-saving support. Grants won't be processed. Life-saving research will cease. Phone lines to assistance will run dead. Fraud, waste, and abuse will go unchecked, and so much more. Without federal workers, our communities won't be stronger or more efficient. They'll be more vulnerable. To Donald Trump, I grieve that you felt you had to let me and so many others go because of your misguided reasons. But I grieve even more the loss that Americans across the nation will feel if you continue down this path. I know firsthand that you are not saving this country by terminating federal workers. You are failing us. My story is the canary in the coal mine. Terminating our federal workers is a loss we cannot afford, and it will only get worse. I urge the American people to support federal workers so that we may continue to serve you and this nation. Thank you so much.